The 2024 housing market? Hey, your suspicions have been confirmed. I mean, last year did not make many new home buyers too happy. We had sky-high mortgage rates and sky-high real estate prices, and it kept many buyers on the sidelines. Now, this may not be what you want to hear, but here it goes, the truth. So far in 2024, it's not looking like things are much different. I mean, mortgage rates and home prices are still not dropping or crashing like many of the housing market gurus or the consultants or even home buyers have been praying for and thinking that's going to happen. So what's really going on, and is this going to change at all? Now, is it a good time to sell? Maybe. Is it a good time to buy? Maybe. We're going to dive into the details. So let's start with only a handful of places in the United States that have seen home prices drop. Ugh. Now listen, real estate is hyper-local, so what's happening in one part of the nation may not necessarily be happening in another part of the nation. And sometimes it's insurance issues or tax issues. In some areas, it's the cost of living that's gotten so high it's no longer affordable. But the truth is, many real estate experts are still predicting that 2024, there's going to be an actual cost of housing to rise. Now the fact is, home prices nationwide saw close to a 4% year-over-year increase. That's as of January 24, and we're looking at the first quarter report now. So where is the foreclosures or the bubbles or the crash or all the gurus that have been promising us? Now, even though there was a tiny month-over-month decrease from December to January 2024, the experts said that that might be due to the seasonal weather that was cold and multiple snowstorms that happened, because house prices are still on the increase from 2023. Now, one thing's for sure, don't expect housing price appreciation to be as crazy as it was in 2022. Commercial Bank has an economic outlook that predicts the national price increase that's close to 3% for 2024. They crunched the numbers. Now, part of the reason for this is that people are still not selling their homes and that housing supply still remains very low. Historically, if you look year over year, the number of houses that are up for sale is actually down by more than 5%. And the month over month, that number is down more than 10%. So is it a good time to sell? Well, now you got to think about this, because think about how many homeowners are staying put and they're just refusing to sell. So if more houses don't go on the market, the cost of real estate will only continue to climb. We need more people selling and fewer people buying, or both at the same time, in order for the prices of houses to drop significantly. And the numbers and the experts are unfortunately not expecting that to happen anytime soon. I mean, the current homeowners who want to sell their house because of the current high interest rates, because 2/3 of outstanding mortgages have an interest rate that's on their mortgage of below 4%. And with newer mortgage rates up around 7%, the likelihood of finding a package that could match their current interest rate if they sell their house is super low. So current homeowners are refusing to sell their homes. And now this makes complete sense when you see newly constructed single-family homes saw an 8% month-over-month increase in sales and a 4.4% year-over-year increase. But there's an even bigger problem on the horizon, guys, because there's just not enough affordable new homes to take care of the crazy demand. Now the fact is, there are fewer entry-level houses on the market, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. Now, economists say the reason that this is happening is because boomers are buying up houses that fit their changing needs, and it's in a price range that they can actually afford. Now, many of these baby boomers are flush with cash from retirement savings, but they aren't going to burn through it. They don't want to. And unlike millennials and zoomers who are financing with higher mortgage rates, you can see where the problem is, right? Now, this is why these affordable price points are double super high demand, because you got both sides trying to compete for the same price. And another reason why house prices keep on rising, unfortunately, there's a bigger problem on the horizon with many first-time home buyers who are skeptical about the idea that they even have the ability to afford a home right now or even into the future. But the job market has remained steady, and records show that more than 350,000 new jobs were added to the country in January alone, which should mean that more people have income. But the problem with that idea is that wages are not increasing as fast as the cost of buying a new home. So on paper, there may be more people who want to invest in real estate, but there's just not enough real estate at the prices, that is, or the more affordable levels. And that leads us to the question of, will housing market crash ever? Well, the short answer to that is, eventually things go up and down, but everything including house prices, mortgage rates, and considering where things are right now, it could take a miracle for prices to come down low enough to be considered what is a crash. So when will home prices drop? Well, that depends. Now, for one, there has to be a significant increase in supply. A lot more houses have to hit the market soon in order for that to happen. Now, this increase in supply would reduce pressure on home prices, which would help to reach more favorable home prices. Can we expect to see this happening anytime soon? Well, there seems to be some hopeful signs here. Now, one sign is we had a slight uptick of home builder outlook. Now, the experts are attributing this fact to the building conditions that are improving, and there seems to be signs that mortgage rates would follow suit. But the most recent National Association of Builders and the Wells Fargo Housing Market Index, the HMI, it tracks builder sentiment. Now, last month, numbers surged from 37 to 44. So what does that mean? Well, the number of 50 is a good solid sign with new construction housing based on the current sales and the sales expectations into the near future with that current volume of buyers. But these revised numbers do point to more new houses being constructed soon, which could increase the supply to the market. Now, another sign that we might see more houses put onto the market is the fact that single-family building permits saw an increase in December. Now, again, it takes time for all this to come into the pipeline. So again, it looks like it's a sign that people are considering building more houses, which should mean that there are more houses for sale at some point in the future. Now, unfortunately, none of these signs tell us whether we should expect an increase in the number of houses and sales in 2024, that is, because again, it takes so much time for this to come out of the ground. Now, think about how much time it takes to complete an entire building process, You've got to get the building permit, and then it doesn't mean just because you have a building permit that it's going to be completed by the end of 2024. But the bigger factor is that some of these new homes will not be put up for sale. They're going to be for rent. I did a video on that on this channel, and I'm going to link it below. Now, some builders are putting new homes up for rent. Why? Because it's more profitable for the builder. Now, on the other hand, if mortgage rates and interest rates in general drop quickly, these reduced mortgage rates could cause demand to skyrocket. Why? You think about this. When demand skyrockets, what happens? Housing prices go up. Remember the bidding wars? That's why even if we have enough homes and we're wishing and praying for interest rates to drop to 3% again, the truth is that drastic drop would be a terrible idea for the affordability. We're going to get back to those multiple offers and crazy competition from other buyers who are jumping into the market have been sitting on the sideline. A steady reduction in mortgage rates would also allow the market to adjust and correct over time. That's really what you want. Realistically, what level of interest rate drops should we expect in 2024? Well, the experts are predicting that the best we can hope for is about 5% or even 6%. Anything below 5%, that doesn't look very likely. In a recent survey of real estate consumers said 31% expect mortgage rates to decline considerably in 2024, so you can see the gap. And compare that to 17% of consumers who are optimistic about housing prices dropping. So what does this mean for you as a buyer? Well, even though the market may not likely dramatically crash or change in 2024, you want to stay informed so that you don't miss any opportunity to find your hidden gem. Keep yourself updated on the local market trends and be ready to snap up a great opportunity. Still, don't expect lightning deals or overnight windfalls. Just be informed, be persistent, and you're going to find that hidden gem. As I said in the beginning of this video, real estate is hyper-local, so what's happening in one part of the country may not be happening in another. What do you think about all this? Are you more optimistic or pessimistic about the housing market in 2024? Let's hear what you think about that in the comments section below. While you're down there, consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.